What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk about this. I talked yesterday about Social Security, about retirement in general, and basically saying, be aware, there's a lot going on right now when it comes to Social Security and the fact that we could be looking at a situation in 12 years where the trust fund will run out of money. Okay, so Social Security will not completely run out of money. Okay, and I keep repeating this because I do hear some people think that they say that, oh, Social Security is in 12 years it's going to be bankrupt and there's going to be no more money. That is not the truth. The truth is that the trust fund, okay, there's a trust fund that's set aside to help offset the money that the Social Security doesn't collect every year. So the way Social Security works, 6.2%, when you're working, 6.2% goes to Social Security, as well as your employer will pay 6.2%. That's how Social Security is funded. That is not enough money. They still need a little extra, and so they have a trust fund, and that's where they're pulling that money from. Now, that trust fund will run out of money in 12 years. When the trust fund runs out of money, that means that Social Security will only be about 79 to 80%, where as far as the money that's being collected from the payroll tax. So that's what we're looking at right now. If the trust fund runs out of money, there's going to be a reduction of at least 20%. And so every time I post a video talking about this, I do have people that will reply in the comments and they'll let me know their story. And a lot of the stories that I'm getting are people leaving the U.S. and living as expats, expatriates in other countries. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. And I've been talking about it. When I first came out to Colombia, I was telling people about the different options. And I'm going to continue to share some of the different options that are in other countries, because I think it's important for us to understand that there are other options out there. You don't have to stay in the U.S. if you can't afford it. And there are a lot of people right now that are only receiving Social Security, or they're really, really on a tight budget, and they have a fixed income, and inflation's only getting worse. Gas prices are going up even higher. And so these are other options for you. Not everyone will be able to take advantage of this, but some people do take advantage of this. And so I'm going to read this comment because this person's talking about how they're living in another country and how they're thriving living in another country. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about financial news and what's going on in Washington, D.C. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this comment here. So this is from Universe World. This person says, I'm 68, healthy, in a third world country on Social Security. People here think I am well off, and I am, but I am down to relying on Social Security alone now. It is my solution. Not everyone can do what I do, but if I were in the good old U.S., it would not be long until I would not be able to pay rent anymore. My wife and I have a small farm. She is from an area where they were raised working on farms, so we grow a lot of food. In Ecuador, things grow almost by themselves. Okay, so this is a person that's telling you, look, I moved to Ecuador, and I'm living in Ecuador as an expat, and it sounds like the person, his wife, he met her there in Ecuador, and they are living their life there. He has a farm. They're growing crops on the farm. That's part of the food that they eat. And he's living on Social Security alone. And so people are doing this. And I'm telling you all over, I cannot tell you how many times I've received comments from people and private messages from people letting me know, hey, this is my situation. I'm doing this too. And so I like to share this with you guys just so you know, look, there are other opportunities. People are doing other things. And when I hear about Americans in the U.S. leaving and going to other countries to live, I think about California. California is a good example of this. Now, I live in Southern California. Very, very expensive to live in Southern California, but very expensive to live in California, period. Actually, in Northern California, it's even more expensive. So there are a lot of people that were moving from Northern California to Southern California, and then moving from Southern California to other states because it's so expensive to live there. They're going to Nevada, they're going to Arizona, they're going to Texas. And this is very similar to what's going on in the U.S. You have a lot of people that are realizing in the U.S., hey, this isn't worth it. I can't pay my bills. There has to be a better way. And a lot of these people are moving to other countries. And they're moving to Costa Rica. They're moving to Colombia. They're moving to Thailand. They're moving to a lot of different countries, Ecuador. Because guess what? They can move to some of these countries and live on the beach, and it's $300 or $400 a month for rent. And so why wouldn't you do that? Live out the rest of your life on a beach somewhere where you can walk the beach every morning. And so I'm just letting you guys know that people are doing this, okay? Now, this is not for everyone, and I know that some people have medical issues where they cannot leave the U.S. I totally understand that. Some people have other things that are holding them, family. There are a lot of different things. I'm telling you right now, I have obligations in the U.S., and that's the reason why the U.S. is going to remain my primary residence. However, I will travel a lot, and part of me traveling a lot, I'm saving money when I do it. And that might sound crazy, but when I go to another country, a good example is my electric bill. My electric bill is usually twice what it is right now because I've been in Colombia for the last 6 weeks. And so just being in Colombia, my electric bill's cut in half. Gas. I'm not paying for gas now because I'm in another country. I'll take a taxi here and there, and taxis in Colombia are very cheap. I mean, I can go from about 10 to 15-minute drive. It's like $2 or $3. And so when it comes down to it, I'm saving money being out here. Now, the only thing, the big expense that you have when you travel is your hotel, okay, or your Airbnb or wherever you're staying. And so that's my biggest expense right now, just the hotel or Airbnb. But other than that, I mean, the food is much cheaper and everything else is much cheaper. And I'm saving money on a lot of the things that when I'm in the U.S. I have to pay for. Now I don't have to pay for them because of that. And so anytime people take the time to post a comment and share their story with me, I want to share that with you guys just so you see that there are people that are doing it. They're actually living in other countries and they're thriving in these other countries. And one more thing, I posted a video on my other channel, so go ahead and check that out, Everything David. And in that video, I was cooking. I was just showing you what I eat for breakfast. And I went over the stuff that I bought from the grocery store, so you see exactly how much things cost. So check that video out. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, post it down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.